So now let's head over to one of our favorite videos that come out every single week, folks. Woof, and once again, it's out this week, so thank goodness. Seems like they're going to be doing this every week, so I mean, we might be doing this every single week for a Saturday show. It's fun. We get to talk it through, see what the predictions are, stacked up to our opinion, talk it through, who's right, who's wrong. So we'll do this one again, and y'all like this video. Look at this like to dislike ratio, 832 likes, 46 dislikes, and I'm sure those dislikes were only because the players, the fans of those teams that score predicted that, hey, your team's going to lose. They weren't happy with it, drawing back to the parallel of, Tyrann Mathieu and Anthony Hitchens being like, oh my God, will y'all get off of our back, stop clowning us and all that. But yeah, this video right here, the NFL Week 8 NFL score projection for every matchup here. So this is kind of where we get to see our thinking compared to what the machines and the algorithms are saying. So if you've been kind of, keeping up with Takes by Fans over here for the last couple of weeks, we've been going to war with the machines on some disrespectful picks that they predicted compared to what our picks are and comparing them to what Vegas put the spread at and all that. We're very big into the disrespect. Don't disrespect these teams out here, folks, by the spread line. So we'll go through every matchup right here. We'll set some bars for some potential matchups as well. Some teams and players that we need to see a minimum bar reached this week to see if we can buy them moving forward and all that. So we'll get to that as the matchups come up here. But let's remind y'all of our picks quickly here that we just made live yesterday on the show here that we have going into this week. So, and we'll see if the machines agree with our picks or not as we go through these matchups. So our three locks are Falcons -3, Titans +3, and Jaguars +4. And our 99% guarantees are Bengals -11, Bucks -4.5, and the Patriots +4.5. So we'll see what the machines agree with and disagree with as we go through these matchups. So here we go. Let's roll the tape and start talking about these Week 8 matchups coming up tomorrow in the NFL. So here we go. Matchup up first. Here we go. Steelers at Browns. They have the Browns winning this game 24-20 with the 57 win probability here for the Steelers team. Let's see what the spread probability is, or the cover probability. Cover probability is at 51% because Cleveland was -3.5. We now know it is now at Browns -4.5 here. So we'll see how it all shakes out here. But we do have to set a bar for Baker Mayfield. We set a bar for Baker Mayfield 3 weeks ago. And then he faced the Ravens in a big stinker game. Let me get up his career stats quickly. Then he kind of blows it against the Cardinals. I apologize. The wrong bird team. He struggled against the Cardinals, but we didn't put too much weight into that. There's a sneeze. Jeez, we can move on now. We didn't put too much stake in Baker Mayfield, too much weight in Baker Mayfield's kind of lackluster performance against the Cardinals, excuse me again. Just because, the Cardinals are really, really a great defensive team and a team in general. And, we didn't want to put too much weight on that of truly selling Baker Mayfield off of that one performance because he came off of a really good performance against the Chargers. That's a game where we set the bar at. We didn't set a bar for Arizona. Then he didn't play last week. So now we have to set a bar now that we get Baker Mayfield coming back off of a really bad performance. And we need to see if he's gotten back to, what makes Baker Mayfield right for this Browns team. So let's set our first bar of the week. Got our Week 8 bars on our list for the record, all that, writing it down. It's on the video. It's all that. So we can come back to it, right, wrong, whatever happens. So let's have the bar for Baker Mayfield. So here we go. What do we have to see out of Baker Mayfield this week? What do we have to see? Well, I want to see kind of back to like 66% completion percentage. I don't want, what he did, 61%, 45%, all of that. We don't want to see any of that. And we know that he is, he can reach like 65, 66% completion percentage and above. So this is not out of the realm for Baker Mayfield. This is what we need to see out of him, at least 66% comp percentage. I want to see 250 yards, you pushing the ball decently deep against the Steelers defense, which is pretty solid right here, commanding the offense a little bit more, making up for the lackluster slow start that y'all had against the Ravens, or the Cardinals. Jeez, I did that, 4 times already? And also kind of just seeing, hey, they won with Case Keenum last week, folks, so you have to kind of prove, hey, I'm here as well. Y'all need to play me. This is a little bit of an audition here because everybody in the national media is saying Baker Mayfield's trash. They can't win with this man. They need to move off of him and all that. They just won with Case Keenum. That kind of gives a little validity to them in saying that. And now Baker Mayfield's coming back and having to truly prove himself. Now, he is a little banged up, a little battered here with the torn labrum and all that, but he is cleared. So you've got to go out there. If you're out on the field, I don't care what your element is, you got to go get it done if you're out on the field. If he was not on the field this week, that'd be fine. I wouldn't really mind that much if Baker Mayfield didn't play this week. Ran one more week with Case Keenum, try to get kind of Baker Mayfield as close to 100% heading into next week because, this is still real early on in the season, and this Browns team is kind of at the playoff level caliber team, production needed to get into the playoffs and all that. So we need to see 66% completion percentage for Baker Mayfield, 250 yards, and I want to see 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. That's our bar for Baker Mayfield. Oh, and 0 fumbles. This will kill. If he has 1 fumble, I don't care what he does for the rest of the game. 0 fumbles, no fumbling. How many times did he lose the ball against the Cardinals? He had an interception, and I want to say he had like 2 fumbles. I think he turned the ball over 3 times. Yeah, lost 2 fumbles. No fumbles. No fumbles. I really don't even want to see him fumble, whether he got it back or not. I don't want to see any fumbles. No fumbles. And this is starred. This is going to be highlighting no fumbles. Like, if he has 1 fumble and, 80% completion percentage, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, but has this 1 fumble, I'm going to kind of call it a loss and not reaching our bar. Same thing where we have with the Chiefs. When we set the bar for the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, we wanted to see no turnovers at all. And then in Washington, they have 3 turnovers. Yeah, even though they won the game, we don't really care about that. We see them still turning the ball over. This is alarming. We need to see you clean it up. This is why we're setting the bar. Clean it up. Prove that you can have a great game without having, any turnovers, any kind of bad down time out there on the field. This is what we need to do is to start buying teams, buying players. And I want to get back to buying Baker Mayfield, but we need to see this first. 66% completion percentage, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and no fumbles. No fumbles at all. Lost or recovered. No fumbles. Baker Mayfield, hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. So that is our Baker Mayfield bar this week. We don't really have any bar for the Steelers team. They are coming off of a bye, correct? They didn't play last week. Let me double check that. Didn't remember seeing them play, and they were on the bye. So, yeah, we just have to really see the Steelers team maybe win. It's not a bar. We still don't really know what we want to see out of this Steelers team and really what the true reason why they're losing and all that. We just have to really see them competitive, and we'll see if we have a bar for the Steelers team come next week or whatever it is. But we're really just focusing on Baker Mayfield now that he's back, coming off a real bad performance. Let's see him get back at it, and once again, a good light in the media. We'll see if they give it to him. So they had the Browns winning 24-20. We'll see if that happens. Alrighty, what's this next game up here? And I'm real interested to see what they do, what the machines say about the Titans +3. We think that's one of the best values of the week. Titans +3 and Falcons -3, I think, are the best values of the week. So that's gonna be kind of the couple of games that we kind of see what the machines are saying to see if you officially have to declare war on the machines for being so wrong and disrespectful in their predictions. Because we are truly getting big on this Falcons team, and we've already been big on this Titans team for the last 2 weeks. We've been betting and cashing on the disrespect of Vegas, giving them so many points every single week. And once again, this week, they're getting 3 on the road against the Colts. We're betting it. We're going to make millions off of it. So we don't care what the machines say, but we're going to kind of defend our position against the machines if they disagree with us and how severely they disagree with us. But let's continue on with the video. Alrighty, what do we got up next here? What's the next matchup? Here we go. Come on. I don't got to see Big Ben shaking his head anymore. We get it. Alrighty, next game up here. Wow, Cowboys over the Vikings. They say the Cowboys win 28-27, and I would agree that the Cowboys win. It's interesting to see, if the algorithm had Dak Prescott playing or not, because we are assuming he is not playing. So really interested to see what went into this algorithm, but whatever it is, they say the Cowboys win 28-27 with a 53% win probability for the Cowboys and a cover cover probability of 51% for the Vikings. Because they have this spread at Dallas -2, and now we know it is Dallas -3 or +3. So it kind of seemed like in the beginning of the week right here that Dak Prescott was kind of initially going to play here by the -2.5 spread, and now it is completely reversed since Dak Prescott is most likely maybe not playing here. So I think this is a little bit of an older prediction right here. We do know that they do make the predictions kind of on a Tuesday or Wednesday. This is kind of where they have the spread line at. So we really can't, I don't know if I can really trust this one too much right here, just because we don't know what's going on with Dak, and the line has completely flipped because of that. So we'll see what is going on here. All right, here we go. Next matchup up here is the Bucs at the Saints, and this is one of our official picks. Bucs -4.5 here, and they had the Bucs winning 27-24, a 3-point win here for this Bucs team. Win probability for the Bucs at 55%, with a cover probability at 52% for the Saints, because they have the spread at Saints +5 out here. So we just, we love the Bucs this week. We think it's great value right here. I don't think the Saints get to 24 points right there. I would say the Bucs probably do get 27 at least, but I don't think the Saints offense can put up more than 20 points here, and that's why we're so confident of taking the Bucs -4.5 points here, because the Saints don't move the ball down the field, and the Bucs defense will know that, and this Bucs defense is really, really, really good, and the Saints. And just looking at these two offenses, the Saints offense and the Bucs offense, we know the Bucs offense is leaps and bounds ahead of the Saints offense. We don't think this Saints offense with Jameis Winston, I mean, his highest passing yards of the season was 220. I mean, this is nothing great, folks. They're not going to get it done against Tom Brady. So I don't think the Saints put up more than 24 points. I don't even think they get to 20. I would say they're between 16 to 18 points overall, and we know that Tom Brady can, put up a 30 whenever he wants. So we're not really agreeing too much with the machines here. We agree with they win, and they think that the Saints do cover. I don't think it's going to be this close of a game. I think this is a big blowout for the Bucs. We don't really. I mean. I don't even know. Do we set a bar for the Saints team? I mean, I guess we could. It's going to be tough for them because. Let me get their stats up here. It's going to be tough for the Saints team because they don't move the ball offensively down the field, and this Bucs defense is really, really good right here. Let's see what the Saints offense is doing here, just kind of yards-wise overall. I mean, these are the total yards gained on offense, folks. Are y'all ready for these numbers? 322 game 1, 128 game 2, 252, 405. That's a decent game right there. 235 passing yards, 170 rushing yards. I'll give them that one. 369 is okay. And then just last week, 210. They don't move the ball. So I guess we'll set a bar. We'll set a bar for the Saints offense. We set the bars, once again, to see if we can buy them heading into next week. So whatever we see, that's really going to determine if we're buying or selling these teams next week. That's what we do here. We kind of take it week by week, seeing what we're seeing, what's changing as we're going on, as we're progressing, for the good, for the bad, for these teams as the season progresses. So let's set a bar for the Saints offense. I want to see them have their best offensive day. More than 405 yards. More than 405 yards offense total. You've got to start moving the ball here, folks. Let's see what this Bucs team is doing offensively. Just get a nice comparison. Just to see, are we going too out of the realm here? Our team's not putting up more than teams are putting up more than 250 yards a game, folks. I mean, we know this. But let's see how much. Let's go with the Bucs here and see what this Bucs offense is doing in relation to what the Saints offense is doing. So here we go. This Bucs offense, what have they been doing? Now this is what we want to see. Total yards, 431, 341, 446, 381, 558, 399, 408. So it's not out of the realm of teams putting up, 350, 380 and above total offensive yards a game. Every single game, consistently, multiple games, back-to-back game, triple back-to-back games. All of that here. So we've got to see more than 405 yards offensive yards. That's it. That's That's all we have to see. Can we get this offense going, please? Jameis Winston, we know he's got the big arm. You don't throw for 5,000 yards without having a big arm, please, okay? There's like 8 quarterbacks in NFL history that have done it. So give Jameis Winston his respect. Sean Payton, stop holding this offense back. We need to see more than 405 yards of total offense through the ground game, through the air game. Get a move on this offense. 252, 304, 128, pathetic offenses right here. Yes, they're 4-2, so we still give this Saints team overall credit, but like we said earlier this week, this is the worst 4-2 team that there is in the NFL, folks. More than 405 yards of offense, and it's going to be tough because this Bucs defense is good, but the Saints are at home. This is a high-flying offense. You got to match up potential. More than 405 yards of offense if we want to buy the Saints heading into next week. Alrighty, let's keep going here. Let's see what we can get. Let's see what's up. What is this next matchup up? Here we go. We got the Patriots at the Chargers. And another one of our picks this week in our 99% guarantees. Patriots +4. And here we go. The NFL.com predicts the final score being 26-23, a win for the Chargers, a 56 win probability for the Chargers, and a 54% cover probability for the New England Patriots. And look at this. We lost a little bit of value. Seems like this line opened up at Patriots +5, and we only locked it in at Patriots +4. So, we unfortunately did not get the maximum value, and that's something that we stress here. When you see the great value, lock it in. We missed a point value. Hopefully it doesn't kind of burn us this week. But yeah, this is going to be a really interesting game here for this Chargers team, coming off the bye, coming off of a bad loss, all of that, facing a good defensive team. And this Patriots team, they've been real solid every single game, folks. Their record is not really what this Patriots team is. I think they're a little bit better than what the record is, and I think they can keep it close. We don't really have a bar here. We're not kind of, falling off 100% on this Chargers team because they got blown out by the Ravens. That's who the Ravens blew out. But yeah, this Chargers team coming off the bye, hopefully they can, be good and productive, and Brandon Staley kind of, reins it in a little bit on how aggressive he is in the play calling and all of that. But this is going to be a great game to watch with the Patriots defense. Bill Belichick obviously scheming great here and shutting out the Chargers last season 45-0 and all that here. So we're not going to have any bars here because we still have viability in both of these teams regardless of what happens heading into next week. So we'll see how it goes, and we've just got the pick this week of Patriots +4. We'll see if that pans out. Alrighty, next matchup up. What do we got on deck here? Okay, Chiefs at the Giants right here. We'll set a bar for the Chiefs. This is kind of an open bar. We don't have to say this every week, but it's an open bar, so we'll write it down on the record here. The Chiefs, no turnovers. We will not put this Chiefs back in the top 10 until they have a game with no turnovers. That's what it is. That's the only reason why the Chiefs are losing. It's not their talent. It's definitely not their talent. This is a talented team. Everywhere. Every single piece is talented as heck here, folks. You don't go to 3 straight, basically AFC championships, back-to-back Super Bowls if you don't have talent. And they didn't really, who do they lose from last year to this year, or the last 2 years of this year? Not really anybody. So Chiefs, their bar, no turnovers. It's no turnovers. It's what it's going to be every single week until we kind of see it. And we really kind of want to see it in back-to-back games. But if we get it 1 week, we can start buying them a little bit and then, solidify it, 2 weeks from now. But no turnovers, no fumbling, no muff punts, no interceptions, not losing possession of the football other than a turnover on downs. I'll give them a turnover on downs as a turnover, but no turnovers, fumbles, interceptions, muff punts. Play a clean game. You can definitely do it. Monday Night Football at home against the Giants. Giants have a sneaky good defense, folks. This is a solid defense right here for the Giants. We just know their offense is nothing good. It's not even good. It's not even special. It's not good. It's nothing. It's okay. It's not even okay. It's worse than okay. What's worse than okay? Whatever that is. But that's our bar for the Chiefs here. No turnovers. And, we don't have any viability in this Chiefs team, so this is why it's not one of our official picks. If you tell me, before the season starts, hey, the Chiefs are facing the Giants at home this season, I'd be like, oh, yeah, bet that game. Bet whatever it is. Swallow all the points with the Chiefs. It doesn't matter. I put it in an advanced bet. You tell me in the offseason, hey, this is a Week 12 game. I said, yeah, bet my money now. Whatever it is. Whatever the bookkeepers want to put the spread line at, I will swallow those points. I don't care. But they are turning over the ball, so we cannot do that until they stop turning over the ball here. So NFL.com kind of saying, hey, they might not turn over the ball here. They predict the final score 29-21. A 64% win probability, but the spread is around 10. I think it's fallen down to 9. Let's see what the official spread is right now. What do we got as of today? As of today, this spread is 9. So it came down a little bit, 1 point. So they have a cover probability of 52% when it was Giants plus 10. So we'll see if this game is as close as NFL.com predicts or if it's a little bit of a blowout. Alrighty, here we go. This is what we want to see here. Now the Titans. Are the machines still disrespecting the Titans? Let's see. So here we go. They say the Colts win by 1, 25-24. This isn't disrespect. Okay, if you want to call a close game, a 1-point loss for the Titans, I'm not going to go ballistic on the machines this week. They say a win probability for the Colts is at 52%. And a cover probability is at 54%. The line started at Titans -1, and now it has gone all the way up to Titans +3 here, folks. So big shift. It's come down to now to Titans +2.5. So people are taking that Titans +3 value that we just saw and bet it right back down to Titans +2.5. So we are still big on this Titans team. I'll set a bar here for Carson Wentz. If I want to start buying this Colts team, I obviously have to see them win. If they lose, I don't care what they did. I don't care what the performances they saw. You end up losing. So a bar here for us because we are really off this Colts team. Ever since Carson Wentz got injured this season, in season, not the offseason injury, the in-season injury that kept him out, what was it? Only like one game or the end of one game, but it hurt him in the end. So, we've sold the Colts since then because we are still seeing Carson Wentz get injured, and we don't even want to see any injuries. Same thing with the Chiefs. We don't want to see any turnovers. We don't care how they come. Same thing with Carson Wentz. We don't want to see any injuries because we know what happens. You have a track record. You have a history. And it's unfortunate, but this is what this is where we are now in talking of Carson Wentz. I didn't want it to get here, but now here we are. So, Colts, I need to see a win here. Definitely got to see a win. And then I have to see 2 receivers with 100+ yards. 2 receivers with 100+ yards. That's really it. I got to see this man targeting more than one wide receiver. And I know T.Y. Hilton may not play this week, so it's going to be a little bit harder on Carson Wentz, but can we get this offense going? This is a lackluster offense. Even in how they're winning, we're never really getting behind it. And is that really it? Maybe 200 and so 2 receivers with 200+ yards. Obviously, then, your passing yards is probably at like 250+ if you're doing that, obviously. But, and then what else do we got? I probably got to see like a 67% completion percentage. No turnovers, 0 interceptions. So it's a lengthy list here for this Colts team, but this is what we have to see. A win, 2 receivers with 100+ yards by Carson Wentz, and then 67% completion percentage and no turnovers. This is what I have to see if I want to start buying this Colts team, if we will start talking up this Colts team. And until they do that, we're not going to really buy this team because this is nothing great here. Not offensively, not defensively, nothing great. Carson Wentz not being better than what Phillip Rivers was last season. And that's really what we were expecting to get from the Colts this year. Carson Wentz doing better than what Phillip Rivers did last season. And so far, he's not even close to what Phillip Rivers is doing in the first place, let alone being better. So that's our bar for the week. We'll let the machines escape. We're not going to go to war with the machines over this one. It's still close. So I just think the Titans win. I don't think we need the extra 3 points that we're getting, 2.5 points that we're getting, whatever you locked it in at. I think they win outright, but we'll see what happens. We're still big on this Titans team. Alrighty. What do we got next up? What's this next matchup up here? Here we go. Rams and the Texans. Alrighty. Rams predicted to win 29-17, a 72 win % probability right here. The biggest win probability that we've seen so far this week. So if you're looking at just a straight up bet, you'd have to put a lot of money if you want to win anything because it's like a 16-point spread right here. So unfortunate there. But they have a cover probability of at 51% here for the Texans. And now we know the spread line is all the way up to now plus 16. Holy moly. Where NFL.com predicted everything at a 14.5 spread line. So we're good with this Rams team. This should be a nice, easy win for this Rams team because the Texans are nothing good. But, Davis Mills, we're going to set a bar for him because we do see Tyrod Taylor kind of gearing up, ready to go. Just got off IR this week, not ready to quite go and start this week, but look for him to start next week. So we're going to set a bar for Davis Mills this week, and this is a bar for him in order to keep his job. We want to see Tyrod Taylor next week, regardless of really what happens. But if maybe the head coach David Culley is like, all right, if I see something good, maybe we'll stick with Davis Mills for one more week, truly get Tyrod Taylor 100% healthy and all that. So if Davis Mills wants to keep his job, if he wants our endorsement next week to be the starter when it's him and Tyrod Taylor all completely healthy, ready to kind of compete with each other, what we need to see out of Davis Mills is do I dare say win? I'm not going to put a win here, but I have to see some real great stats. Way better than what he's been doing. So you've shown that you can throw 67%. Oh my God, he's throwing 72%, 71%? Really? Wow, he just threw 71% last week on 32 throws, but only 135 yards. So, okay, this is what we need to see. This is what we need to see right here. 72% for 312 yards. You've shown it once, and you only lost by 3 that game, and you had the commanding lead in the first half. You just kind of blew it at the end. So this is what we need to see. I'll lower it a little bit. 70% completion percentage with 320 yards plus. What did you do? Oh, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions? You've done that before? Great. Do it again here. Do it again this week. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's what we need to see out of Davis Mills this week to be like, all right, let's give Davis Mills maybe one more week. You know, he's still a rookie here, still only 6 games under his belt here. Let's not go crazy overboard, but if you've shown it once, you've got to do it here. I know it's tough. You're at home against this Rams defense, which is a really good defense here, but Tyrod Taylor's really good, and he got you the first win of the season, the only win of the season so far under Tyrod Taylor. So we need to see Davis Mills at 70% completion percentage, throwing more than 320 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. If he doesn't reach that, we're begging for Tyrod Taylor, even though we'll probably still be begging for Tyrod Taylor even if he does accomplish this. But we digress. We will give him the benefit of the doubt here if he accomplishes this, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for him, but that's what it's supposed to be. Tyrod Taylor can do that, no problem. All righty, next matchup up here. What do we got? Looking forward to what they say about the Falcons. That's going to be really the last one that will go to war with the machines over. But this next matchup up here is Dolphins at Bills, and they predict this game being... Let me get it up here. Had to go back a little bit. Here we go. They predict the final score 31-17 Bills over the Dolphins. A 74% win probability for the Bills. Wow, even better than what the Texans just had, and they were at 72. So, wow, they're saying this is the most surefire win here this week so far. I don't know if I agree with that. I think that's a little disrespectful. Division rival with, the Bills coming off of a bye. Maybe they kind of lackluster, a little flounder here. Maybe they slept in a little bit too much here and they're week off. We'll see. But they predict the final score to be 31-17, a 74% win probability here. We're not going to set a bar with Tua. I mean, he's great. We see it every single week. It's not Tua, folks. It's the rest of the offense. It's the defense not being good here. Bills coming off of a bye. We're not concerned with this team. Yeah, they lost against the Titans, but we know that the Titans are just a good team. That's not a bad win or a bad loss for the Bills here. So they have a 51% cover probability for the Bills, with the line being about 13.5. I believe it's now 14. Went up a little bit of a half a point here, and it's still at Dolphins plus 14, Bills minus 14. So we don't have to put any bars here for this matchup here. We're not really concerned about any of these major players on these teams. So no bar setting up, and we'll see what happens here with the Dolphins. If they can finally be competitive and win a game. Alrighty, next game up here is Bengals at the Jets. One of our picks here, taking the Bengals minus 11 right here, and they have the final score being 25-16, a 9-point win here for the Bengals. They have the Bengals at a 67% win probability, and the Jets at a 51% cover probability, at them being plus 10.5 here. So we'll see. There's no Zach Wilson, so I don't know who's going to be moving this ball. I don't know about that. And this Bengals offense only scoring 25 points? Really? I don't know about that. Once again, no bars here. Bengals, we just, honestly, okay, if we want to really set a bar, all right, this is going to be a bar for the Bengals. The Bengals offense. We already buying this Bengals like 95%, but if we want to buy them 100%, this is what we really have to see. And it's so kind of, it's so specific I don't want to call it nitpicking because I'm really not nitpicking here, but this is really what I want to see just to see if y'all can do it because I'm seeing other teams do it. So what we say about this Bengals team, they're just kind of using big plays to kind of score the points and get back in the game. Remember, against that Ravens team, that was still a close game for the majority of it until they had those breakout plays. So I want to see this Bengals team score consistently on medium long drives. Score consistently on medium long drives. I don't care if you have a big play here and there, but I want to see y'all move the ball first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, going on some drives, 50, 60-yard drives here, solid kind of 7 to 12 plays, moving the ball down the field, scoring touchdowns, getting points. I don't even care if they have to settle for field goals, just getting and moving the ball down the field consistently, not relying on shot plays to finally open up the offense or to win the game or anything like that. I want to just see solid movement down the field throughout the entire game. And this is a perfect opportunity to do so against this Jets team. So this is kind of what we want to see. And this is this is just a bar. We're not going to be selling the Bengals if they don't do this. We're already buying this Bengals team. This is just to kind of give 100% viability because this is kind of like the last thing we need to see because we know the Bengals are already good offensively, defensively. They got the big plays. They've got the players. They got the head coach. They got the play callers. They got all that. So this is just to have the Bengals be 100% viability on our side here. So we'll see if they can reach that. No bars here for the Jets because there's no Zach Wilson. So, I mean, now you're playing with backups. We're not going to set a bar for backups. That's just, I don't think that's productive. So what do we got here? Next up here, Eagles at the Lions. Whoa, they have a little prediction here that the Lions win their first game of the season. Interesting. I don't think this, but this is what they say. They say the Lions win 24-23, a 1-point win, a 53% win probability for this Lions team, and a cover probability of 57% with them getting 3 points. Wow. And the line is now up to Lions plus 3.5. So if you're betting with the machines here, Lions plus 3.5 is even better value than you were initially getting. So lock that in if y'all are about that. I don't think I'm about that. I think this is the Eagles' time to really get on point. I think the Lions' loss last week was truly deflating. Their head coach, Dan Campbell, calling out Jared Goff heading into last week, saying, hey, he's just got to be better leader, getting it done in the kind of red zone in the key situations. I got to see more out of Jared Goff. And then what happens last week? Close game against the Rams. They're down in the red zone, going to kind of try and take the lead, and Jared Goff throws an interception, and they lose the game because of that. So I think this is going to be a deflated Lions team, and we'll see how they turn out. And I still have believability and bettability in this Eagles team. We're not going to set an official bar, but I do really want to see the Eagles win this game. If they lose this game, we'll just have a bad taste in our mouth, but we just have to see this Eagles team win. That's kind of the bar, I guess, if you want to set it. We're not going to officially say that's a bar, but it will go without saying. If this Eagles team loses, this is a bad loss against a not great Lions team. So we'll see what this Eagles team can do and if they can upset the machines this week. Alrighty, next matchup up. Still waiting for the Falcons and the Panthers game. Here we go. Next game up is the 49ers and the Bears, and they have the Bears losing 20-19, a 1-point win. Win probability for the 49ers is at 52%, with a cover probability for the Bears at 52%, with them plus 3 at the time of this video, and now it is up to plus 4 and is our bonus pick now that Matt Nagy is not calling the plays right here. We have no faith in Matt Nagy and really anything that he does. We don't think he really handled any situation for the last 3 years any good. So this is going to be an interesting game. We initially stayed away from it with Matt Nagy because we didn't really know how this one's going to play out here, but we are going to believe that Justin Fields in the freedom of the play calling here by the Bears offense. But it's going to be a good game here. See if the 49ers can pull out the win. So no bars here. Justin Fields still getting it done rookie year. Jimmy Garoppolo really solid just last week. Torrential downpour, ball slipping all over the place. So we still have decent viability in this 49ers team. Alrighty, next game up here is the Jaguars and the Seahawks, and one of our lock picks, Jaguars plus 4. Jaguars plus 4? Jaguars plus 4. +4. Okay. So yeah, they predict this score to 24-20, Seahawks winning with a 58% win probability and a cover probability of 52% because it was Seahawks -3, Jaguars +3. Y'all bet it up a little bit here, and we've taken advantage of that value that you gave us. Let's see where the line is sitting right now as of Saturday, and it's still at +4. So still love the value right there. The machines are saying, yeah, this is pretty much going to be right on the spread line right here. I don't know if the Seahawks can put up 24 points here. We love this Jaguars team coming off of a bye, coming off of a win in London. We believe in Trevor Lawrence. He's got really good bye ability in him, where Geno Smith, I mean, he has the ball last in his hands at the end of the game, usually tie game, close game nonetheless right here, and he usually kind of flounders. We've seen him flounder the last 3 times, some his fault, some his not fault, truly unfortunate, but just Geno Smith keeping the games always close right here gives us big belief in big faith in taking the Jaguars +4 here. That's why it's in our lock section. We are truly loving what we're getting here from the Jaguars coming off of the bye here, and we just get nothing great with Geno Smith. So no bars here. Not going to put a bar for Geno Smith. Not going to put a bar on Trevor Lawrence. Really just want to see them being competitive right here, and then we'll move forward with the Jaguars team next week, seeing what they do this week. Maybe we'll do a bar next week for the Jags if they truly stink it up here. Alrighty, next game up here, Washington at the Broncos. They say the Broncos win 23-21 over Washington with a 54% win probability for the Broncos and a cover probability of 53% for Washington +3 right there. So let's see where this official line is at sitting right now. Washington at Denver, and now it's at 3.5. Washington +3.5 and Denver -3.5. So, yeah, we're going to have to put a bar here for Taylor Heinicke. He let us down big time last week of kind of bitching out on the runs, on the goal line, and all that there, not being the true warrior that we saw last season in the playoffs. So Taylor Heinicke, here's your bar. Be the gamer. We have to see him be the gamer, bruh. We got to see him, diving for the pylon, sacrificing his body on 4th and goal, fourth and 1, whatever it is, QB sneaking up the middle, getting that push, being kind of a big presence out there, even though, he's not the biggest, beefiest quarterback in the league, obviously, but we have to see him be the gamer. Go for it. Dive for the pylon. And if he starts doing this game, we'll give last game, we'll just kind of put it out of our memory. It was just a bad game overall. That's not who he is 100%. And we can start buying Taylor Heinicke again because we really just kind of sold him 100% given his last week performance. So if he wants to get back in the good graces over here at Takes by Fans, be the gamer. Sacrifice your body. Dive for the pylon. Yes, you may get hit. Who cares? Take the hit, walk it off, shake it off, and get back in the huddle and be the big leader, be the gamer for this squad, and lead by example. So that's what we have to see by Taylor Heinicke. Be the gamer. We can't really put it into context, but we'll know it when we see it, and we will break it down on Monday and all that when we review the game to see if he achieved our bar of being the gamer. Alrighty, come on. Not doing Falcons. Come on. Let's see what you're doing. You're trying to hide it from us, machines? You little, alright, here we go. Alright. This is exactly what we want to see. So the machines, we applaud y'all. This is it. Bingo. Here we go. They say the Falcons win 23-21 over the Panthers with a 55% win probability. Cover probability is not going to be there. 52% for the Panthers because they are +3 in a 2-point win. The spread is still Falcons -3. I don't think the Panthers get this many points, and I do believe the Falcons can put up more than 23 points right here. So I'll give credit to the machines right here for saying that the Falcons win. I'll give them credit for that. Not going to go to war. This is exactly kind of what we wanted to see. And this is what we have on this, Falcons team overall. We are loving their offense. They're moving the ball with Cordell Patterson. Matt Ryan's getting it done in the clutch right here. The defense just needs to shore up a little bit right here. And this is the perfect opportunity to do so against this Panthers team. So if we're trying to, if the Falcons lose, we'll be right back off of them, heading into next week. Don't expect that to happen. I also kind of want to see their defense kind of lock it in a little bit. I mean, we know Sam Darnold is prone to turning over the ball here. So let's hope that this Falcons defense can get a couple of turnovers here off this Panthers team. And hopefully they don't let Sam Darnold throw all over them because, once again, that would be a reason why we sell this Falcons team. We're not going to set an official bar here For the Falcons, we just want to really just see their defense step it up and their offense continue of what they've been doing the last 2 weeks here. But we're big on the Falcons only swallowing 3 points, and I don't think this is going to be the final score. Honestly, I would see this final score somewhere around Falcons 28, Panthers 13, 14, something along those lines. That's kind of what I'm expecting this game to be. So we're still feeling confident in our Falcons pick. Machines agree with the win, not the official pick, but that's fine. All right, so that is the end of our video. We're not going to war with the machines this week. They are kind of right exactly what we're saying. Small discrepancies in the overall outcome, but the overall winners, right on what we are expecting. So no wars with the machines this week. We can live in harmony for this week, thank goodness. But we do have a couple of bars, so let's reiterate those. Baker Mayfield, we want to see 66% completion percentage, 250 plus yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and no fumbles. That's his bar. Saints offense, more than 405 yards on the offensive side. Chiefs, no turnovers still. That's all. How easy of a bar is that? No turnovers. Can y'all do that, please? Colts. If we want to buy the Colts, we have to see the win, first of all. We have to see Carson Wentz get 2 receivers at 100-plus yards receiving, 67% completion percentage with no interceptions. For Davis Mills, if we want to kind of keep seeing him as a starting quarterback next week, we got to see 70% completion percentage, 320-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, and no picks. Bengals offense, we just got to see score consistently on medium-long drives. That's it. And then Taylor Heineke, be the gamer. Go for it. Sacrifice your body. Die for the pylon. Die for every single yard. Don't slide. I don't even want to see him slide. You've lost that respect given what you did last week. Be the gamer. Try to be competitive because we know Ryan Fitzpatrick is the gamer. He would have died for the pylon last week instead of just kind of falling down sideways. So mind-boggling. So we know Ryan Fitzpatrick is always the gamer. Taylor Heineke, 1 game gamer in the playoffs, 1 game not gamer in the regular season. Now we get the tiebreaker. Be the gamer. So those are all of our bars heading into tomorrow's full day action of football.